In this video, we are going to discuss circular motion. Consider an object is moving in a circular path. An observer is observing this motion from point O. Let in time delta t, object has described angle delta theta, that is, it has reached from point A to point B. This angle delta theta is called as angular displacement. That is angle AOB equal to delta theta, and this delta theta is called as angular displacement. Right. Its unit is radian. Now, this angular displacement has unit radian, but it is dimensionless quantity. It has unit, but it has no dimension. Now, this angular displacement is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity, and its direction is given by right hand thumb rule. That is, if the object is moving in anti-clockwise direction, then curl your finger like this, and the thumb will give the direction of the angular displacement. That is, it will be in outward direction. Remember that angular displacement is a axial vector, and it acts along the axis of rotation. So this is the circular motion, and this is its axis. Then the direction of angular displacement will act along this axis. Right. Now, what is the relationship between angular displacement and linear displacement? Because when the object has covered angular displacment del theta, then it has also covered a linear distance of AB. Now we know that delta theta equal to arc upon radius. This is the radius, that is delta S equal to R delta theta. This is the relationship between linear displacement and angular displacement. Now we are going to discuss angular velocity. Object has covered angle del theta in time del t. Now angular velocity omega equal to del theta divided by del t. Now, if delta t is very small, then angular velocity omega equal to d theta by dt. Unit of angular velocity is radian per second. Its unit is radian per second. Now we are going to discuss relationship between angular velocity and linear velocity. We know that omega equal to del theta by del t, and v equal to del s by del t. Right. Now del theta equal to delta s arc upon radius. That is delta s equal to r del theta. Now v equal to r del theta by del t. Substituting the value of delta s in this equation, what we will get? V equal to R omega. Right. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Always remember, v and omega both are vector quantity, but don't write like this one, v equal to r omega. This is not correct. ये गलत है. Right, because v is a polar vector and omega is a axial vector. Right? v और omega दोनों की डायरेक्शंस अलग अलग हैं. Omega will act along the axis of rotation. Right? Omega जो है वो इस एक्सिस के अबाउट एक्ट करेगा, एंड वेलोसिटी इस पॉइंट पे वेलोसिटी इधर होगा, इस पॉइंट पे वेलोसिटी इधर होगा. राइट? Omega will not act along this one. Similarly, omega will not act like this one. Omega is a axial vector. Right? It will act along the axis. So, always write v equal to r omega. And direction of angular velocity is given by the, again, right hand thumb rule, curl finger in the direction of motion of the particle, and thumb will give the direction of the angular velocity. In this case, it will be outward direction. अगर इसकी डायरेक्शन इस तरीके से होती, in this case, angular velocity will be in inward direction. ठीक. Now, time period. Time taken by particle or object to complete one rotation is called as time period. Clear? It is denoted by capital T. Now, we are going to find out the relationship between angular velocity and time period. We know that omega equal to theta by t. Now, or this one, when del theta equal to 2 pi, then delta t equal to t, that is omega equal to 2 pi by t. This is the relationship between angular velocity and time period. Now we are going to discuss frequency. Number of rotation completed by particle in 1 second is called as frequency, and it is denoted by nu. Now, nu equal to 1 by t. This is the relationship between frequency and time period, and unit of frequency is per second. Now, omega equal to 2 pi by t. Now, 1 by t equal to nu, omega equal to 2 pi into frequency. This is the relationship between frequency and angular velocity, and this omega is also called as angular frequency. This omega is also called as angular frequency. Remember this thing. Now, what is uniform circular motion? If a body moves in a circular path with constant speed, then this type of motion of a body is called as uniform circular motion. Right? Thank you.